Thought I'd do a little update here, a video about composting, and I built I built this little box out here last year, and you don't have to go buy new lumber. I did. I bought treated lumber, so it lasts many years to come. On the other side there, opening out to the garden, I'm going to fix me a door with hinges that will swing out. I'm just not quite finished with it. I've got a little door down here for the chickens to come in and out, so they can go in here and scratch, but yet the cows can't get in there and cause problems. So I'll probably put me a door there. If I don't want the chickens in, I can shut that off, but they come in here and scratch around. And I threw the old okra stalks and sunflower stalks in here last year, and I throw scraps and things in here. And this is also my grass clippings. I bought a lawnmower last year that has a bagger attachment, so I've been bagging up my cuttings, and I'll bring them out here, drive the lawnmower up here next to it, and I put them in this little bin here. Anyway, it was quite a bit higher here, and as the chickens get in and scratch and it's beginning to rot down, I think it's going to make me some really good compost. Over here in my garden is just right behind here, and I'm going to put me a door right here. Hopefully, I've already mentioned this, but a little gate that'll open out, redo this fence through here and fix that where it'll open out into the garden, and I can take a shovel and just rake this stuff out. I thought about building me another one right over here, and this old pen used to be a dog pen, and take the fence down and build me another one, get rid of that tree next to it, and have like 1 year put over in one and 1 year over in here. Like I say, you could use old lumber. Some people use pallets, all kinds of stuff. I bought these 2x12s. They're kind of pricey, but I was hoping that it would outlast me. One thing I'm doing here on the homestead is trying to make stuff that will last for a while, and I won't have to redo it when I get old. And just 49, but in another 20 years I might not feel like doing all this stuff. So right now I'm working, but it looks like this is really making some good stuff. And I've watched some other YouTubers and what they were doing, and some's used like forklift crates, and that looks like would work really good. A little airflow in it certainly wouldn't hurt. I tried not to get my boards too close there, and there's a little gap in them you might not be able to tell, so a little bit of air, but forklift pallets would probably just work super good. Another thing here on this, I was going to tell you, underneath here is concrete, because this used to be a dog pen. I'm not worried about that you have to have concrete, but this one does have concrete underneath, and I thought that would help keep the grass and weeds from growing up. There's a guy over here that has one, and he just put it out on the ground, and he said the grass grew up through that and you couldn't hardly use the compost or mulch. So now what he does is he's got a plastic deal down to keep the grass from growing up through it. So I thought, well, I'll just use this old concrete slab that used to be a dog pen and put this on it. And I've got this pen here next to it, used to be a dog pen, but it doesn't have a concrete slab. This one doesn't. I've got to clean all this mess up. I'm slowly working. This was all that run down and getting kind of bad shape, but I've got two right here pens that both have concrete slabs. Used to be chain linked in pins, and I've thought about building me compost bins on them, or you build me new dog pens on them, whichever way. I've got some little beagles and a cow dog, and I keep them over yonder in those houses. But I thought about moving them right in here because I have a big pecan tree right here that shades all of this, and I thought in the summertime when it gets hot this would be a lot cooler area. Then I have my rabbit house and hen houses over here, which also shades this little area. It doesn't grow a lot of grass because it shades pretty good right here, and I thought for the dogs and stuff. And then I'll make me a compost bin over here. I don't know that I'd have to put concrete necessarily. I might put some of that felt material stuff that you buy that's for flower beds and stuff to help mulch. I also got something else over here I was going to show you. I may have showed this on other videos. I'm pouring concrete out from my hen house, and I ended right there, and I've got to go on a little bit further right through there in front of the rabbit house and down, and then I'm going to slide this back up close to the house to that, and I'll have me a lid here I've made. I need to lower it down a notch or two, but I want to, it'll cover up this trough right here. And I took some old wood and built this little stand here and put a cage around it so the cows wouldn't knock that bucket over. And that bucket, I need to put a funnel in it, but I've got a hole in the bottom of that tank, and as it rains, it runs in there. And I think that's going to be some good compost tea. The bucket is almost full, but I put some cow manure in here, rabbit manure, all kinds of stuff in here, and to try to help this out a little bit. But when I get done, let's see if I can show you here. I'm gonna have this lid that'll cover this stock tank up, and to keep a whole bunch of rain from running in it. And then as the worms do their castings and stuff, I also put some grass clippings down in here, and there's been some leaves fall in, a little chicken manure. The chickens have gotten in here and scratched a little bit, but it's making some good rich looking soil there, if you can see that. It's looking really good. It's I think will make some good stuff for our flower beds and garden beds and stuff like that. I'd like to get it filled on up, but it's a work in progress, and as I have time off from work, well, I'm trying to get my homestead built up here. It just takes a while to get everything going and fixed up like I want, but I've kind of halfway built that little old stand. It was already built for something else, so I thought that tank fit right on there. I'll put it up off the ground so I can put a bucket underneath it and catch the runoff from it and have me some compost tea. I would think you could just put water in there and let it soak down, but the rainwater's been coming through, and that bucket's almost full, so it won't be long. I can pour that on my garden stuff and give it a try. Anyway, I just give you a little update about how we compost here at Cedar Creek, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. God bless you. We'll see you next time.